Welcome to Old Guy Tech,
the OGT.TV recording studio.
Technology for the rest of us.
Hi, I'm Rob Charney, Old Guy Tech TV, and I'm here with Mary Lou Peet of Comprehensive In-Home Care. She's got a great message for all of us that are starting to get into the elder age. I'm feeling older every day, but she's got a great message for us out there, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what it is that she does. So, Mary Lou, thank you again for coming. I really appreciate it.
Rob, thank you for having me.
You're quite welcome. Why don't you tell us a little about your business and what it's all about?
Okay. I have comprehensive in-home care, and what I have are caregivers that are screened and trained and go into the client's own home to assist with whatever tasks the person needs assistance with. We can do just about anything a family member can do, from transportation, taking people to the doctor's appointments, and helping with meals, doing meal preparation, shopping, house cleaning. We try to keep our seniors in their homes as long as they are able to stay at home.
Yeah, that's very important. I think most of us want to stay in our homes as long as we can. So it's great service. So how did you get involved with this?
Well, I had an aunt who did not have any kids, and there wasn't anyone else in the family that lived close enough. Mm-hmm. So I became her primary caregiver, and she had dementia. And as the years went on, I had to look out for her a little more and more every year. And at that time, my husband and I had a very busy business, was the Goldsmith Gallery. And it took a lot of our time. And as she went on in her years, it was more demanding on me, and it was hard for me to cover all the bases and give her the quality of life that she deserved. And she would forget things and miss things, and it became more evident to me that I had to keep a better eye on her. I tried to hire people to come in and help, and we had some bad experiences with that. And it made me understand how important it is to have trustworthy people come into the home to assist. We tried to hire an agency when I had, when she was in my care, and that agency really did not leave me feeling that they were very sensitive to her. When we interviewed for that particular position to have somebody come in, they talked like she was not in the room, and I felt that they were quite condescending, so I thought they didn't really have their finger on the pulse of how to be sensitive to a person who, her whole life, my aunt's whole life, she had been a career woman. She was very bright. She'd always been able to maintain everything. And as people get older, it's harder when they're not able, and they know they're not able to cover all their own bases, and to have to rely on people takes a bit of it's a blow to the ego. I bet it's quite difficult. It's hard on people. Yeah, it would be. I know it's going to be devastating to me, but we all have to face that to a certain degree. Giving up that independence and ability to drive is a big thing. I had to do that with my, and here I am talking about my own situation, but I had to do that with my sister. She developed early dementia, and it's how I want to say we were in denial. She lived independently to a certain degree, but little strange things were happening that, I know it's easy for a family to deny the situation. Oh, that's not happening. Or we always thought she was a little quirky and we added it on. But when we look back, we realized that she was having dementia. And there was no, we didn't grasp it quick enough, which we were fortunate to get it caught by one of her doctors fairly quickly, because she was a danger to herself and others. Do you do evaluation of patients or customers? Well, I'm non-medical, but when I go into the home, I do an assessment to see if our care is appropriate for them. But I know it is very hard when somebody has dementia or Alzheimer's. A lot of time, the family doesn't get it, because especially if that's somebody that they've relied on to help them with their own decisions in life and their own problems in their own situations, when they start to not engage in understanding what is being said, the family first, I think, gets a little irritated, like, well, what's the matter with you? Right. They don't understand that dementia and Alzheimer's can creep in there, and one minute the person seems fine, and the next minute they don't remember what's said, or they can act out and be angry. But it's not my place to diagnose anything like that, but I try to assess what would make it easier on the family member. And having been in that position, I understand how hard it is on the family to try to meet all their needs at home with their own personal at-home type family, and then with the parent, it adds additional stress in your life.
Sure. Yeah, it does. It's very stressful going through that, and I'm still kind of going through that. So I can really see a true need for your business, something that is just so needed out there. And you brought up the trustworthiness, and that's an issue that is so difficult to find somebody that you can trust. Because you hear all the bad stories. This was a caregiver and that took all her money, or this caregiver wasn't feeding her and was taking all her food, or whatever it may be. And I think you being here and being a pillar of the society here, a member that's been in this county for a long time, goes a long way to leading towards the ability to trust you and trust your judgment. And that's a hard thing to get. And you earned that by being here for us. So that's an advantage, I think, that you bring.
With an agency like mine, that is an added security that the client would get. There's somebody in between that caregiver and your mom or your dad that is keeping an eye on things. And I have one gentleman who only has one family member who's really involved in his life, and that family member lives out of the area. So in that case, it's really important to not just hire an individual and then hope for the best. It's better to get an agency in there where there's another set of eyes and there's another person that's concerned and looking out for the family member. Right.
So let's talk about what other services you offer. What else do we have? We have in-home care. Do we have? Do you have care where you just come in for a while during the day and help out? And
we can do everything from personal care to, like I was saying, basically managing the household. There's care from an hour and a half type service, just a pop-in service, to 24/7. Whatever the person needs is what we try to assist them with. My job is to be flexible and to see what is going to help the family out the most.
Good. Yeah, that's important, because I don't know that I would know without your expertise exactly what it is that my family member would need. So that's great. You get in there and you help out the family and you help make those decisions.
Sometimes it's a forest before the trees sort of a situation where it's easier for somebody to just walk in and look and see what's taking place, whereas the person has been trying so hard to cover all the bases, they just accept that that's their job.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll have to ask the person, well, what are you doing? And then look at the list of things that they do and ask them which items they would be comfortable having somebody else do. And very often people look at me and say, wow, I never thought of it, that I could have somebody do something as simple as getting the mail or whatever it is that is easy for.
Do you do some light cleaning and housekeeping in that? That's a part of it as well.
Absolutely.
And helping the individual bathe and stay clean.
Yes, we do personal care.
Personal care.
For sure.
That's really important.
Incontinence care.
Right.
Some of my people have a little more training than others, and I try to use those that have the better
skills for sets for what you want.
Right, the better background when I have people who struggle with incontinence.
Sure. Yeah. So. I know that's a very embarrassing thing, but it happens, and we understand that.
It's part of life as we get older.
It's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Got to deal with whatever comes up. And
you know what? I hope to live to 90 being a crotchety old guy and somebody can change my diaper. I don't care. I'm the old guy tech now anyway, so I can be good for that.
The crotchety ones kind of make the day fun.
There you go. Trust me, I'll be crotchety. I had an uncle that was so crotchety, that was too much. So, well, why don't you tell a little bit? How do we get a hold of you, and how can somebody out there say, hey, Mary Lou, can you help me figure this out? What do we have to do?
Just pick up the phone. I'm at 530-295-1130. And the first step is always to just ask a few questions. And I'm happy to talk with you if you want to give a call. I can share information, whether I enter into a actual business relationship or not is not as important in the very beginning. I'm happy to just be of service as I can, however I can be.
So what would you say are your biggest benefits for family out there looking for help right now?
2/3 of the family caregiver dies before the person they're taking care of.
Oh my.
So the stress is really very high on family members, and I've had people feel and express to me that they felt like they were letting their family members down if they were to have an outsider come in. And one of the nice things about the caregivers that I have are they're a little more mature than probably the average out there. And that stranger feeling goes away fairly quickly as soon as they see somebody who's kind and interested in their family members' well-being. The person adjusts faster. The parent will adjust faster than the family members. I think they will. And I forgot what you asked in the first place.
Well, just about the benefits. I mean, what do you bring to that family? And it sounds like you covered that. When
a family member feels like they may be letting their parent down by having to bring somebody else in, I always like to tell them that taking care of themselves is taking care of their family member. Because if they become too stressed out, that's not doing anyone any favors, and that's certainly not what their parent wishes for them either.
Right.
So
well, I think I shared the story. I took care of my uncle for the last 10 years of his life, same type of thing as a caregiver, and it was very difficult in the beginning to let me have somebody come in and help.
Right.
Very prideful. Denial is part of it. A little bit of dementia, although he wasn't really that bad. But boy, I tell you what, I wish your service had been out there when he was alive, because I could have used the help as a caregiver. This you being there for us, I think is tremendous. Because you can talk to the doctor, you can talk to a nurse, but they don't give you those answers. You have the answers. For those of you out there, Mary Lou's got this answer for you, and I think it's really, really a great answer and a real good solution for sometimes a difficult situation to be in. And boy, I think
would like to share the caregivers that I hire. I try to look for that awareness in them where they can connect the dots. And sometimes I'll hire people that don't exactly have experience in skilled nursing, but have the experience having taken care of a family member.
Life experience of.
Because you learn a lot when you're taking care of your family. You understand how important it is to try to catch the little things to tell the doctor that the family member isn't going to remember, or it's not even going to occur to them that they need to tell the doctor this or that. So
it's interesting to see. I'll share a little family dirty secrets again too. Paula's mother, unfortunately, she developed Alzheimer's and dementia on pretty quick. But she was in denial, and she didn't want anybody to know. And she went so far as to take sticky notes and stick on each of the cabinets. Dishes are here, knives are here, spoons are here. It was amazing. And we were all in denial. She lived up in the Seattle area, so there wasn't an opportunity for us to see what was going on. And it wasn't until much later when she got stopped by law enforcement for driving the wrong way on a street that they got a hold of us and said, we've got a problem here. So, early recognition, I would think, is something that's very important for your customers out there, that, even if you have a question, even if I had a question, I think I would give you a call and say, can you help me? Just help me look at this. Am I looking at this right? Is that the kind of thing that you can do as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, just as one person to another, I would be happy to share whatever I know. And as far as early detection of Alzheimer's, there are drugs that they can give people early on that can postpone the rapid
it's
progression.
It's not as effective as we would all like, unfortunately, but it's getting better. The one main drug, and I'm not a druggist, I shouldn't get into it, but I know with my sister, it worked for a year and stopped working. And they say that's typical.
There's new things they're coming out with.
Good.
There's that oxygenated hyperbaric chamber.
Oh, sure.
That I think is pretty new, and that they've had some good results with. So,
well, they've sure used that for a lot of things. So that if that could help maybe oxygenate the brain. Look at me, I'm not a doctor. What do I know? But maybe
we could
something
use
like
some
that.
Oxygen.
Yeah. Yeah, well, right now, as a matter of fact. But anyway, I'm being silly. I'm sorry, but that people will remember this one. But anyway, so you can help the families, and you told us how the families can get a hold of you. What is really the message that you want to get out to all those people out there? What is the best sage words that you have for us?
Well, I went to the School of Hard Knocks on hiring caregivers, and I think I have a really good group. Having had the jewelry store, I know the value of hiring people who are trustworthy.
Right.
I think I am a good judge of character. I do a 7-year background check also that helps, but I actually haven't had anyone have anything on show up on the background check that they didn't tell me ahead or.
They didn't make you aware of.
Right. People are pretty honest when they know that that's coming. I like to hire people that I know I would trust with my own family.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a testing process with my people where they become certified as certified companion aides, CCA. During that testing process, I do get to know them better, and it gives me more confidence to know who I will have in whose home, where I can match up my client and the caregiver.
So do you have people mentoring with other employees of yours? Do you have any of that kind of help a little bit, maybe?
I have a business coach who mentors with me.
Okay.
And I'm a part of the Seniors Choice, which is the largest nationwide privately owned group of agencies in the country.
Seniors Choice. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that has been very valuable to me because I've had to reinvent myself. This is my second or third career.
That's all?
Yeah.
I've had a lot.
Yeah, a lot of us have. But this is what I chose to do when we had the store.
Yeah.
I told my husband if we ever did not have the jewelry store that I wanted to do something protecting seniors, something of being of service to seniors. And
well, you're a very caring person, and I can see that in you. You really like people, and
I feel blessed that I get to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I've found my niche,
yes.
And I'm happier doing this than I have been in my past lives here. So,
I think that's great. People that help take care of seniors in any way are miracle workers to me. I go into the facility that my sister's at, and I don't know how some of these people do it. They're angels. Every one of them are angels. It's just amazing. And I'm sure that your people are angels too. And you offer something that is so badly needed. I want to get the message out to all of our viewers and to everybody else out there how much that Mary Lou Peet and Comprehensive In-Home Care means to us and should mean to everybody. I think you just do a wonderful job.
Well, thank you, Rob.
You're quite welcome. Any final message you want to get out there? You think we covered it all? We did a pretty good job, huh?
I'd say pick up the phone and give me a call.
That's right.
That's the first step.
Do it again, one more time, in the camera. Phone number, web address.
Web address is www.comprehensiveinhomecare.com. Phone number is 530-295-1130. And again, I would just encourage anybody who's wondering if this is for them, wondering if this is of any help at all, to give me a call, and I'd be very happy to talk with you.
Perfect.
That's it.
That's perfect. No, you did great. You did great. And I'm privileged to have you here and come share what you're doing for this community, because it's fantastic. I really appreciate you taking the time with us, and I really hope that our listeners out there take the time to look up Mary Lou. It's on our website, and we link over to Mary Lou. And listen, I'm telling you, there's not a better person to talk to. She listens to everybody. She's got a heart of gold, and we are privileged to have her in our community. So I want to say thank you very much. Hey, guys out there, thank you for watching us, and we'll catch you next time. This episode of Old Guy Tech TV is brought to you by Ward's Automotive, specializing in Banks Power and Pack Brake, servicing your car or truck and specializing in diesel engines. Over 30 years of service, located in Diamond Springs, California. Give them a call at 530-626-5588.
Yeah.